Alright, this is a Landslide that has had the Runaway issue. So I brought it in. I'm trying to, I'm going to take it out here. I haven't been able to get it to do it on a bench test. So I'm going to take it out here, this big open field, and hope that I can make it do it, actually, because I'd love to help fix and find out what's causing it. But it's got to happen first. Bring it to me, bud. I'll get it. Take it up. Go out a little bit too. So I guess I'll know it does it because, see, he's got something going on here. Something's up. All right. Because here's his brake. Let me. I'm trying to analyze this. So anybody might have this issue. Let's look at this. I'm hitting his brake, right? It instantly wants to go in reverse. Normally that's reverse, but look at that. That's his reverse to forward. So it's doing it there too. Now this, it's either something setting wise. I'm going to reset his ESC real quick. I don't know what settings he has on it, and something's not right. It's going right into reverse without the pause for the brake. So here we are, like, with tires actually on it, and that's something I can catch pretty quick that I can catch on the bench. So we're gonna reset the ESC. Anybody doesn't know how to reset the ESC, leave the truck on, which I just turned it off, and hold down the program button for 5 seconds. Get my finger in there. 2. All right, so there's his light sequence, the green. See, it's doing it now. Yep. So maybe something in the ESC settings I just did. Maybe he had the brake force on too much. That thing did want to nosedive. It didn't seem like the ESC reset, but maybe it did. And I missed it because it's definitely working now. Yep. All right. So we'll just ball through. We'll see what happens here. All right, what we got here? What'd you lose, E?
I just ran. These rocks are rough.
Yours is only a nut, though. How'd you lose the nut? You ever tighten that down?
Oh, and you found mine.
You found a nut? Let me see. This is mine. Oh, Redcat.
What?
Stub axle. What? All right, I'm gonna give benefit of the doubt though. That's an old one, so it's not a new one. So that's. Where's my wheel at? Is that nut? Is that 17 millimeter still in there?
Yeah.
All right, put it over here with this. Where did you lose your nut, Eddie? Yeah, but I got a nut for you, so it's no big deal. All right, I'll get it, buddy. Huh. Bring 3 Redcats out, and the one that's supposed to be having the problems is the only one still running. Round 2, as far as drive test, we'll see if I can get this thing to run away on me today. Alright. Something going on there. It's twice this thing slowed down on me now. Seems like it's going out of range almost. And then it stalls and kicks up more range. Now I got full power again. See, it should be a range issue. I got plenty of range down there. No runaways yet. Had what seemed to be a loss of power there for a little bit, but like right there. Huh. It's gotta be what he's talking about. I got nothing. And I know it's not my battery. Alright, so I know turning it off and back on is supposed to fix it, but it hasn't ran away on me. Alright, but it's giving me something to work off of and something I can test. So I'm going to turn it off and back on and see how long it takes me to do it again. You know what? I gotta take this off. It looks almost like the receiver's coming undone. Oh, it's too cold out here for this. My fingers are numb. Just holding the remote. Alright, it's still plugged in. There's that. Power's back. Huh. All right. See, I'm pretty sure it's not battery, but just did it again. All right. Not a runaway though. See, the question is the runaway happening, or is it a runaway just because it's lost communication and I just happen to be off the trigger when it's happening? We'll push it a little harder and see if I can get it to do it real quick. Yeah, because look, it stops in the middle of a turn and all. Huh. Alright, well, we got progress here on this issue because it seems to get cut off again. Now, I know these batteries are full, so I know it's not that issue. Plus, like I said, it's you know, even when your batteries, guys, you know that, it still turns. I got nothing. So, again, gives me a little bit of hope that I might be able to figure this out. I need to do it on the goddamn workbench, man. See why I ain't doing it on the ground. This is why I wasn't able to get it doing on the bench. It ain't doing it in the air. now. That was a runaway. That was it right there, because that damn thing was coming right at me and I had to move my foot because I couldn't turn it, and it hit that jump right there. All that was off the throttle. So it just it finished out its run and did that. So that's all right. I'm gonna try to reset this ESC real quick and see if that changes anything. All right, ESC just flashed. Turn it off. Turn it all back on. All right, see if that changes anything. It gets like a weird ESC loss too. All right, guys, that's all I'm going to do today. Man, I'm not thinking ESC. I almost want to avoid the hassle of trying ESC, because I'm pretty sure he did, and it didn't change anything. I think this might even be the replaced ESC. So if this is the replaced ESC and it's still doing it, I'm not even going to play around with this. I'm going to go ahead and pop the motor off, keep everything else the same, and try a different motor. Being that, like I was saying, oh damn it, oh my body post broke that thing, damn it. Yeah, it's no big deal either way, but I think I'm going to avoid it altogether. I'm not even going to mess with the ESC. I think I'm going to pop another motor on. Even this motor's not even hot, but I'm just going to go with that route because it worked for one of my customers, so I'm going to take that chance. So again, if this is the replaced ESC, I will go right to the motor. If it's not the replaced ESC, I'll try that first, because I did have issues when I pulled the trigger. I did have some issues where it seemed like it was losing power. Again, anything with voltage, power, could still be the motor. Nothing to worry about yet, guys. Let me figure this out, and don't panic on it. It's an awesome truck, and this is very minimum issue for the people that are having it. I'm glad it actually is doing it to me now, though. All right, so I got it back out. I got the 1500 kV shredder version 1 motor in it that I took out, a couple of years ago, never really used. So I threw that in here. Just should be plenty of power for this thing to test it out and, see if it's got any kind of signs of what it had yesterday. Everything seems freaking perfect right now. I like the shredder motor in this thing. I can't even tell a difference. This is a 1500 kV, and I really can't tell you the difference on the Landslide motor. We might have found a problem, guys. Man, dare I say this thing's got more power somehow with this 1500 kV motor. Or his motor. See, I forget how mine was, so forgive me, but oh shoot. His motor maybe have had the issues. The fact that it was having issues might have been, you know, might have been the problem, A, and also would have caused voltage issues and maybe not full power, because these things are ballooning way more than they were yesterday. I go a lot harder if this was one of my trucks. I'm just trying to bunny hop these hills and throttle up and down and steer a lot. This isn't the jump I was trying to clear. The one I was trying to clear before was this one to there with the Colossus and also with my Landslide. And right on that hill is where I banged out on the bottom of with mine, making that jump. So just give you a perspective of how far that was for those that watched that video that day. And I'll do it again. Don't get me wrong. She's fired up, ready to go. I just had this one to test out. Guys, I think I found the issue with that Redcat. I'm sure I'll tag you guys in this. It's the motor, it seems. It's two of us now with Lewis, who they're testing right now. As I mentioned, his stuff has seemed to be working good now. He's got the, what's he got? I think he got the Terremoto motor in it. Here we are with the shredder motor, no problems. And I mean, yesterday, even the first day, I thought I had that receiver issue, which was kind of glitching out. So I did have issues that were noticeable. I just didn't catch what it was, because it wasn't the issue of a runaway that I was described, but it's not really like a runaway. I'm thinking it's like a voltage spike somewhere in the motor, and it's causing the whole receiver, I guess, power, everything to it to shut down because you got no steering or anything. And I haven't had that at all, man. This is smooth. I've not had 1 second where I thought it wasn't responding when I told it to turn. That's the run. I did a little bit more. Camera looked like it locked up on me, so turned it off. Also, I had an issue here. Broke the actually I broke the servo on it, so it's not doesn't want to respond to me steering. So I think it just landed. No crooked coming down on it. I don't know. It landed much worse with mine. Broke a wheel with mine, even coming down so hard on it. And didn't have that happen, but that's it could have been anything. It's either a hit or miss. But either way, man, this truck's definitely, in my opinion, ready to go back home. I'll fix it up a little bit and clean it up, and you know, I'll warranty the servo and things on it. But that it's just crazy that that's like that. But it's the only common denominator in this truck. All right, that's all I got on this run. Battery's got to be almost exhausted, and I messed up the servo. So I think one of them ones came down crooked or something and jerked it. I mean, I've done much worse with mine here. I mean, I came down after that, like a triple attempt flip, like way over that big jump, and right on the wheel, and broke my wheel and didn't hurt my servo. So, and you know, it's just hit or miss. I mean, it's stock servo in that too when it happened. So it's not like I can say that it was anything wrong with it. But yeah, if something caused this one to break, I don't know. Could have just been that. But I'll fix it, get that done, clean this up a little bit, and I'm comfortable sending this back to my guy that it's, you know, the problem's fixed. At that point, you know, I have to address it with Redcat, but he's got a motor that seems like it didn't lose a step in this thing right now that he can run and have a good time with, and we'll get him back up and going. And hopefully Redcat we can address this and maybe get some different motors in a revision, or weed out the ones, because it's not happening with everybody, remember that. So it's not an issue that's really widespread, but it just means that there's a batch somewhere, or there's some glitches throughout that batch, and you know, it's just something to look out for. So if you got Runaway happen to you guys, make your first test the motor. At that point, hopefully by then, we can start testing these a little bit better. I'm going to send that motor in as well. Hopefully see if Redcat wants it to do some testing on, and see if they can replicate it as well, which they shouldn't have a problem doing. So, all right, guys. Well, that's where we're at, man. If you have the issue, this is what it's about, man. And just testing, finding it, and hoping that we can solve it for everybody, man. You know, I don't want the issue on mine. I'm about to start success testing on the stock motor. You know, I got a brand new motor that I've never even ran yet. Mine was perfectly fine that I took out. I sold that to somebody and they've never complained. So it's not all of them. We'll find out if this new one's going to have the issue on mine now. I'm nervous, but because I'm really going to be pushing it. And again, you know, I'm not, you know, Redcat's not going to warranty. I'm not going to go to them and if the motor blows up or something, I'm just doing it to show people that it can be done or it can't be done. Just so if you're questioning it, I'm going to pop a 150 amp in it and we're going to try it out. So we'll find out if my other one's good or not. But again, guys, don't let this steer you away from this truck. Other than the brace issue, which I got an idea for that as well. Just don't know how it's going to happen, or, you know, I'm looking at a couple things. So, you know, and as soon as I do figure something out, I'll definitely make a video on it, especially if I come up with the idea. But I know one thing that's out of my control is aluminum diff housings, and it's a pretty big diff housing, but the way it comes up and connects, it connects for as far as up here. So when this is flexing, this is a piece of plastic in here that just extends out. It goes like this. So anybody might have seen it comes up and goes back here. So if this whole thing was aluminum, this diff housing that goes around, you know, even on the top, you see on the flat part of the tops of these, it's just a big diff housing. If you can make that all aluminum, it will take the flex out of this plastic piece right here, which is allowing this to get some leverage. Whereas if you got something stiff right there, it's going to add more resistance, because you really can't put a brace. I've already kind of looked at it unless you reconstruct the whole motor layout. So that might be more far-fetched, but yet that's something that we might be able to get and actually have and strengthen this and give it some durability. Which I mean, I don't have a problem with the durability on it, man. I don't mind straightening the dog bone out every once in a while. It's a pain in the ass, yeah, but for what this truck cost, and as fun as it is to drive and go out there and do that stuff, yes, it's a little tedious if you got to do it all the time, and I get that. And everybody that, you know, you don't want to buy it and have to work on it and shit, and you don't. I mean, like I said, I've had that dog bone issue on mine, you know, twice, where I've had, you know, basically on the third attempt right now, where I'm actually going to test something different. I got thicker dog bones I'm trying out and seeing if that works. But again, that you know, I've done some things, man. You guys seen some of the, you know, like I said, that last video flip that I was out there in that field. You gotta land that thing or not, man. And when they're coming down like that, I'm not mad that I'm bending stuff, man. Like I would almost expect that out of anything for something to break. But if you're going out there and you cartwheel in your field and, you know, somehow bend the rear end of your chassis, which again, that aluminum diff housing would definitely, you know, stop minor stuff like that. So that's the, I think the anger is from people, or not the anger, but if there's any dislike to the truck from people that have it about the issue it's bending, for the ones that have had the issue, it's more because, you know, how minor the flip or things they feel was when it happened. Mine didn't seem to have to be minor, but I always went harder, so it could have been just I didn't get a chance to see it on a minor flip. But with that being said, you fix that diff housing and you make that tighter, you're taking all that minor stuff out. It's going to take a big one to even bend it at that point. And at that point, you're probably bending the chassis, because the diff housings, you know, you make that out of 775, it's going to cost a good bit, but it's going to be durable. But yeah, so that's my ideas. If I had a CNC machine, I'd get right on that, but I don't. So I'll pass it along to the people that might. But anyway, man, it's an awesome truck. Don't let this steer away from you. It seems like we got that narrowed down, man.
If you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments, man. Thanks.